Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. I'm Kevin Harlan, alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Eastern Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Cleveland Cavaliers intent on protecting home court. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, checking out Damian Lillard. What can we expect here?
And he's a guy who's so difficult to challenge defensively in terms of blocking his shot because he makes adjustments in the air and has the body control to allow himself the discipline to still get a good shot off.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
The big story here is the return of Tyson Chandler, who had been sidelined with injury.
And they've been waiting for this moment, Kevin. They've had a very tough time while he's been out, and I'm sure they're breathing a big sigh of relief that he's back on the court now.
Yeah, he left a gaping hole in their squad that I didn't think would be as big as it was. It was amazing to see what a different team they were without his presence out there. So this will be great to see him back on the floor tonight.
And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Oladipo misses.
Taj Gibson out of USC is one of the top defenders in the league, guys, when you're looking at big men. Obviously, he's got the frame, the long arms, moves his feet well, but he can bang inside, and he's agile enough to cover and pick and rolls away from the basket.
And the basket by Lillard. Here's Rubio. And now just over a minute played here in the first. He dishes it to Oladipo. Oladipo off the pick from Thompson. Oladipo, the pass to Rubio. Shot clock at 5. There's the feed to Oladipo. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Gibson with that 7'4" wingspan, an excellent shot block.
Well, I love the mobility that Clark mentioned. It allows Gibson to cover in space. Excellent pick and roll defender, and big enough to go down and guard postman down on the block as well.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, thank you. Mike Brown and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either. An improved shooter, and he can definitely finish. Kevin, a ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
Thank you, Doris.
Well, guys, with the style of defense he plays, an opponent better make sure every pass is a smart one if he's around. Because if it's not, it'll be in his hands before you know it, heading the other way for an easy lay-in.
And another one of his really special talents is coming up with steals at the moment a ball handler picks up his dribble and is getting into a shooting motion. He's got excellent timing in that regard.
And the Nets making a change here. Robin Lopez is checked in for Chandler. Lonzo G comes in for Taj Gibson. J.R. Smith's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Schroeder in for Damian Lillard. Here's Beasley. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Leonard sets a screen for Budding. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Here's Beasley following the score by Cleveland. Smith drives in, gets the bucket. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes.
The new season in the NBA.
And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
And the defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
You've got Bismack Biyombo, Jeremy Lamb out there with Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Budding, And it's Jones in at the power forward. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Anderson outside. Dellavedova. Lopez a screen. Here's Vesely. Can't get it to go. Excellent D from Pondexter. The Cavaliers trailing. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets. And Lamb kicks to Jones. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Let's take this chance to look at the teams that have been the league's most efficient passers this past month. The Cavaliers, number 1.
And what really stands out during this recent stretch is just how well they're passing the ball. This is a club that is very unselfish.
Dellavedova, defended by Cannon. Smith outside, shoots it, tries to keep it alive, and again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Cannon, can't hit. Smith with some nice D.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
J.R. Smith on the wing. Pass to Vesely. Working on Jones. A nice shot by Vesely. Vesely's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Nets. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. Seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Lopez. And Taj Gibson is subbed in for Vesely.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Out of bounds, next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Damian Lillard. Solid numbers last season. 12th in scoring, and he also finished in the top 20 in assists. So this is a guy who really did a nice job of sharing the ball with his teammates.
And what a nice weapon he was for them offensively. I mean, he was an excellent option every time down the court. I mean, his top 15 points per game ranking, that says it all.
Stevenson with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Here's Chandler, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Brooklyn.
Tyson Chandler, first-time All-Star last season. His 12th season in the league. This is a guy that came right out of high school. It was a long time coming for him, but certainly that All-Star berth well-deserved.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
And Lillard kicks to Smith. Pulls up, high post. And the shot is good. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go. And for Tyson Chandler, it's been a long road over the last few seasons. Steve, he's playing undoubtedly the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, a key contributor on Team USA, an NBA champion with the Mavericks in 2011, and now an NBA All-Star. It's the defense, it's the understanding of his teammates and the game plan. Just a very, very smart player and a hard worker as well.
Now, here's Lillard. Smith dishes to Lillard. And here's Stevenson for 3. And that's not going to go. And the first half ends in a close one.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Glad to have the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And thanks for joining us again, folks. 2K Sports broadcasting here on MLK Day, bringing you the NBA. The Nets with the lead. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
You know, you can point to their shooting percentage in the low 30s, guys, if you're looking for the reason that game didn't go their way.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible to win a game when you're posting a number like that, Steve. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Lance Stevenson. Taj Gibson is out there with Chandler. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Beasley. And at the 3, the small forward. Rubio, the pass to Oladipo. Doubled by Gibson. Kicks it out to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. No luck.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Damian Lillard joins the list of outstanding great point guards out of Oakland, California. You go back to guys like Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, even Brian Shaw, who won titles as a player and coach in L.A.
Rubio outside. And Oladipo kicks to Leonard. And the 3 off target. Nets leading by 4. And Lillard has some connection to those great players in Oakland. He started high school at Jason Kidd's alma mater, St. Joseph.
Yeah, he also worked on his defense in the summer with Gary Payton. There's a really strong connection with those Oakland players. And Lillard just another in a long line of unbelievable talent coming out of the Bay Area.
Runaway Rookie of the Year winner. He was terrific. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. 5th, Ricky Rubio.
Well, it's not just that he's getting the baskets, Kevin, but he's been doing a great job of getting open for a shot. So it's a combination of making shots, but before that, getting himself open to take the shot.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Poked loose. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. And the Cavaliers lead by 1.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And Rubio kicks to Oladipo. They get it back. Kicks it out to Leonard. Another shot. And there's another one for the Cavaliers. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Nets trail by 3. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Rubio with it. Lillard picks him up. Just 5 on the clock. Rubio dishes to Jordan. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Alonzo G is checked in for Taj Gibson. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 41% for the game. Here's G. Soft touch off the glass. G's got his first basket of the night.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
Rubio against Lillard. Oladipo off the pick from Jordan. Oladipo, the pass to Jordan. Here's Leonard. And another miss by Cleveland. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Cavaliers.
Tune in this Saturday night.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Tristan Thompson. Then it's Ricky Rubio. Then there's Buddington. And it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Brooklyn trailing in transition. Here come the Nets. Here's Lillard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lillard's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Brooklyn. And Rubio kicks to Budding. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And the Cavaliers lead by 2. Rubio against Lillard. Oh, that's blocked. Rubio against Gibson. And Buddy to fit the stop. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers with the hustle stretch for the Cavaliers.
Now we've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace, really sending shots back.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers. Unbelievable shot there. Busted out the trick release and left the defender dazed and confused.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down. A close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
All right, Doris. Rubio with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. Rubio dishes to Oladipo. Outside Leonard. Goes up to the stripe. And Chandler with the block. But they'll get another chance. Jordan the pass to Leonard. And a miss there on the triple.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
And Lillard kicks to Chandler. And it's blocked by Jordan. Rubio against Gibson. Back to Rubio. Jacks up a 3. Nails the triple.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Lillard with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Beasley dishes to Lillard. Passes it to Stevenson. The Nets working the ball around now. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Well done at the free throw line. I'll tell you what, that will make things a lot easier on them if they can continue to convert.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Thompson with the block. Here's Oladipo.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
The pass to Schroeder from outside the arc. They get the rebound. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. Both teams play well with these guys.